It's such a cold October day. I think it's the 30th of October today. It's Sunday. And so I'm supposed to be outside. These plants are meant to be outside, but I've taken them inside just for a little tiny while so I can show them to you. They are some little tiny things I've just gotten from a nursery in Wales called Jurassic Plants. And they sell some amazing different variants that we can't get anywhere else. Some wonderful cultivars. I think they grow them mostly from seed. I'm not entirely sure. These ones might be actually little cuttings. I hope so, because often if you get things like cuttings, they'll fruit sooner than ones grown from seed. But we'll have to see what happens. I'm always impatient. I always wish I could get things fruiting as soon as possible, but of course plants just take as long as they take. But the reason I'm showing them to you is because they're really interesting. I've been looking for them for quite a while. I've always seen them in like videos online about permaculture and food forests. People always suggest having these little bushes. They're known as Goumi berries. So you've probably heard of them. They're like really, really amazing, beautiful little berries that are supposed to be sort of sweet sour. And I love that. Already really, really appeals to me. I love sort of things that are a bit tart and full of nutrients. We've got all kinds of vitamins there, vitamin A, C, E, B, full of antioxidants like most berries are. And there's also folic acid in there, just really, really, really nutritious. And the most amazing thing about them is that they have this really interesting ability that they take nitrogen from the air or the atmosphere and they fix it into the soil. So they release it into the soil, and that allows nearby plants that are growing right next to them sort of to benefit from all this nitrogen in the soil. So they're known as nitrogen fixers. And so I was thinking, I've got my little plants. I've planted a little bunch of Saskatoons out in the garden. And I think it'd be wonderful if I could put these ones near them so they can benefit from them and all enjoy being in the same little area. And yeah, so companion plant them. They're really popular companion plants that people plant in orchards full of fruit trees, so the fruit trees can benefit from them. So that's why I've got them, and I've been looking for them for such a long time here in the UK and I just could not find them anywhere. So I'm really pleased to have found two different cultivars here. The first one here, called Elaeagnus multiflora. It will not. Why won't it? There we go. Elaeagnus multiflora. That's the one that is known as Goumi berry. And then the other one over here, Elaeagnus ebongi, is more like known as a silverberry. It's also more silvery. The berries themselves are more silvery. And the interesting thing is, if you look at the berries themselves, you'll see why they're called, or look at the leaves rather, why they're called silverberry. They have this sort of sheen on them. If I didn't know any better, I would think that they had some kind of aphid infestation, which is not the most, not the best look maybe, but they are quite pretty. They're really quite shiny, and the berries themselves, especially on this silverberry one, are really had that sort of silvery sheen to them. I haven't got any berries. I haven't got anything to show you, but I will hopefully in a few years. So watch this space. And this one here, the Goumis, also, you can see it's also got that sort of speckly stuff on it. Really, really pretty things, aren't they? And then the back side, the underside of the leaves are also quite shiny. It's really hard for me to focus on this. I don't know what's going on. I think the lighting's all off. But yeah, if you can you see that? Probably not. But yeah, it has sort of a sheen to it. So they're very pretty. There's some beautiful smelling flowers too, which again I might have in a few years. I want to grow them on for a bit. I'm going to actually repot them because you can see they're in quite small little containers here. And oh, are there little roots coming through? Not many, but I was thinking about just giving them a little bit more space for them to grow into and keep them maybe potted for a year. Just see how fast they grow. They're meant to grow quite quickly. They're known as also hedgerow plants, like things you'd use for hedging. And since buying these ones, I just looked up Elaeagnus and I actually saw that a company here was selling this guy here as sort of hedging. So you could probably get some at really good prices. And wouldn't it be fun to have a whole hedge of these full of these wonderful, super nutritious berries? That would be amazing. My goodness. If only. That would be really fantastic, actually. I wish I could do that. Yeah, maybe eventually. But I'm going to keep on looking out for them. There's some other cultivars too, which are meant to be extra sweet. There's one called Sweet Scarlet, and I have not been able to find that. As I said, I can only find these ones until I just saw this one somewhere else, the Ebon Guy one. But yeah, really, really wonderful. Looking forward to having these grow, looking forward to seeing them. And I just think they're such interesting, wonderfully beneficial plants in so many ways, benefiting the plants around them and just also producing these wonderful fruits. So really fantastic ones to have. So that's it for now. If you have any of you had any experience with growing these in the UK or know where I could get other cultivars like Sweet Scarlet from, please do let me know. I would so love to get one. But yeah, so let me know in the comments if you have any experience with these wonderful Goumi berries. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy gardening!